When I came to find out about a lot of the sex trafficking work that some of these girls were being forced to do, see how we can help them, क्योंकि मेरियां भी अपनियां बेटियां ने. Story called I'm No Queen, and it follows all the events that took place in Canada here. And the purpose of this film was to bring justice and light to this issue so that no girl will ever have to feel this way again.
That these are the real causes, because then you worked hard to making a movie.
I think the biggest cause that we found was that the kids were given a false hope. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਜਾਓਗੇ, ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਬਸ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਬਾਹਰ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਓ ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਮਾਈਆਂ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ, ਘਰ ਬੱਚੇ ਵੀ ਸੈੱਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ.
Who gave that false dream?
I think it's
college universities, because if someone is not attending the college universities, they should be reported to CBSA. If government has no system in place, who is coming, who is the criminal element is entering. Many were into criminal side back home in India. They came into this country as non-genuine students, not as a real students, because that was their purpose, just to get a visa, come here, don't go to the colleges. Either it's a fake colleges, because fake colleges are there, fake students are there. So they were misusing our system here in Canada, and our governments were very weak in handling that situation. ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਕੁਝ ਲੇਟੈਸਟ ਇਸ਼ੂ, ਕੁਝ ਪੱਕਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਜਾਂ ਨਿਊ ਕਮਰਸ ਟੂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਉਹ ਕ੍ਰੀਕਸ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸੀਗੇ. ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਟੋਰੀਜ਼ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਐਂਡ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹ ਸਬਜੈਕਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਬਣਾਉਣੀ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਦੋਜ਼ ਵਰ ਦ ਰੀਅਲ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨਸ which were in front of the international students, how they were being trapped, how they were got addicted. ਉਹ concept ਲੈ ਕੇ ਮੀਨੂ ਬਾਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਐਕਟਰ ਐਂਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਿਊਸਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੂਵੀ ਬਣਾਈ I Am No Queen. So now next step is they are also going to the Oscar. So achievement, who Minu Basi is, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਬਾਨੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਮੀਨੂ ਜੀ, welcome to the show.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ. Thank you so much for having me.
Starting with your introduction, if you can introduce yourself, who Minu Basi is to our listeners and viewers.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੀਨੂ ਬਾਸੀ ਹੈ. ਮੈਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਲੋਂਗ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ, ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚੋਂ. ਛੋਟੀ ਸੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਆਈ, 9-10 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ. ਐਂਡ ਸੋ ਸਿੰਸ ਦੈਨ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਨੇ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕੰਮ ਕਾਜ 'ਚ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਐਂਡ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ 'ਚ. And so now fast forward my life to just recently when I was running my wellness business. ਉੱਥੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਇਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ, ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ. When I came to find out about a lot of the sex trafficking work that some of these girls were being forced to do in our own community. And so ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਵੀ let's see how we can help them, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਬੇਟੀਆਂ ਨੇ. And ਇਸ community 'ਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ at least ਅਸੀਂ ਜੇ अपना कुछ भला कर सकते हैं या कोई वॉइस बन सकते हैं, maybe something justice will prevail for these kids. And so we created a story called I'm No Queen, and it follows all the events that took place in Canada here with regards to the kids that migrated from India to Canada, coming through bogus colleges, not being able to go to colleges or classes. And financial struggles that they faced. So a kudi story, a kudi Rani onu follow kardi hai, and it shows all the struggles that she goes through, even showcasing she doesn't have money for rent, and the guy tells her you can sleep with me if you don't have money for rent. Or another case, there's girls that are living in the basement, stai jiniya ek basement che bacche reh rahe ne. There's endless list and stories of this, and the purpose of this film was to bring justice and light to this issue so that no girl will ever have to feel this way again. And even a lot of boys as well. So it's just a social issue project.
So basically that live incidents that touched you, and you took the subject to work on this and made a movie I'm No Queen.
Hanji.
We also covered many stories on these issues. We went inside the creeks, Minu ji. We saw the pathetic condition of these boys and girls those who were the newcomers.
Yeah.
So you were the producer, you also acted in the movie,
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
you had a great star cast. What you found that, what was the real cause of this incidents? Like, who were responsible? Was the system responsible? Was these young boys and girls, they were responsible by themselves, or their parents were responsible? What was the real cause you found that these are the real causes, because then you worked hard to making a movie?
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
And what you found, what were the issues, what were the causes?
I think the biggest cause that we found was that the kids were given a false hope. They were given the Canadian dream. You know, ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਜਾਓਗੇ, ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਬਸ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਬਾਹਰ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਓ ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਮਾਈਆਂ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ, ਘਰ ਬੱਚੇ ਵੀ ਸੈੱਟ ਹੋ
Who
ਜਾਣਗੇ.
gave that false dream?
I think it's a whole generation. You know, it's a whole generation, क्योंकि इंडिया 'ਚ ਸਾਡੇ हमेशा आंदा रहा है भी बाहर चले जाओ सब कुछ ठीक हो जाता है. And where does that stem from? It stems from our parents and their parents. The Canadian dream is something that's not new. It's always been there for countries and third world countries to come to the first world. Now it's happened so in a way that it's just like it's a flood that took place, right? And violating young kids, like $60,000 they came when the kids came here, there were no universities, right? And then also some of these kids trying to find out shortcuts, the chalo wrong kam kar lo ja drug ch pੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਾਂ you know, due to financial constraints. And at the same time, these kids are young kids. You know, a lot of them ਕਦੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਉਹ ਪਿੰਡ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਗਏ ਹੋਏ, and now all of a sudden they're coming abroad with a whole fresh of world that they gotta cater to. You know, there's a lot of older people that have a hard time adjusting to a new country. These are still kids.
But in the same scenarios, many other international students come from across the globe. They also come, they also get merged with the system, and they are very successful entrepreneurs.
Hanji.
They are very successful in their fields.
Hanji.
Like we have an MPP here who was an international student and now a successful member of provincial
Hanji.
party. So is that a system was responsible, or like some fault of these young kids were also responsible somewhere? Because if others can be successful here, this was a land of opportunity.
Yes.
Were these kids not had their own responsibility not to fall into sex trafficking, not to fall into drugs, their parents' responsibility? Because the world is very bad. World is not a good place to live, because we know what happens. So what do you think, being a producer, that somewhere some fault was with them also and their family members?
Absolutely. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you're a product of your environment and upbringing, right? So they are going to do what they've been accustomed to or what they've been exposed to. And so we know the level of some of the things, sex trafficking and level of the crime that happens in all cultures. But why is it so like amplified with our Indian community? And I think the biggest thing is because there was a great flood of a lot of students coming in without any plans. If there were students that were not coming into classes or not checking in with attendance, then where does the fault lie? Is it the student or is it the system? I think it lies on both parts. Everybody needs to be held accountable for their actions.
From the government to the system to the college, universities, because if someone is not attending the college, universities, they should be reported to CBSA. If government has no system in place, who is coming, who is the criminal element is entering, they should be held accountable.
And absolutely, and I think we're in a system and we're living in a society that everything is digitalized. Everything is digital. There's footprints of everything. There's you know, everybody has a phone number. You're able to track so much and so much data and information. I think if we just focus on the problem and figuring out the solution for it, there could be justice for these kids. There could be solutions that could come up, or even to prevent it from in the future from such acts happening, starting with you know, closing down some of the fake colleges, starting with not going to giving bribery to some of the fake agents, right, that took extra money. I had situations where people were like, you know, ਵੀ ਲੋਕੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ $40,000 ਲੈ ਕੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੁਲਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ, they hold their passports, they're being held hostage. Like, this is not right. Like, you know, let's just focus on the humanity piece, whether you're a government or a student or a college or anything. It doesn't matter who you are. Be a good human, show love, kindness, and compassion, and then let's work from that. And I think this is where this project, we try to focus on the fact that it is serious, you know, be good people. And the way we've done this project is that it shows even if a man looks at a girl a certain way, that is still a form of violation. You know, they need to be respected and cared for at a whole different level, right? So I know I'm sidetracked a little bit, and
So how was the response when your movie was released?
The response was phenomenal. It was just we were over the top. The biggest thing, monumental moment for me was ਜਦੋਂ City of Brampton, they called us in because this is taking place in Brampton, and ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ regard ਦਿੱਤਾ, my husband and the director, to say that we covered a real valid issue. And at that point, I felt like, you know, Baba ji ne sun liye, that, you know, their voice will be heard. The project is in the right hands, and we've got a lot of festival attention. Globally, we got over 30 selections and awards in both categories, documentary and narrative, which we're trying to figure out with Oscars. And we worked with the Oscars team for 3 months, and getting it all approved, so it became a contender for 98th Oscars.
Okay, congratulations for that. So it is a contender. I Am No Queen is a contender for Oscars this next year?
So it was contender for under the documentary category for 98th Oscars, and it was streaming at the Academy. So it was streaming all over. It was playing in the LA theater as well. So then जब सारी screen होगी, streaming भी होगी, सब कुछ हो गया, then they came back and said हफ्ते बाद it falls under narrative feature. Okay. It doesn't fall under documentary, it falls under narrative feature. Yeah. And so we're like, okay, so let's resubmit it under narrative feature. Okay. And they said now the deadline for that is passed. Okay. So we're working back and forth, and the director as well as the Academy.
So how long is the movie?
The movie is 77 minutes.
77 minutes?
Hanji.
Okay.
So 70-80 minutes kai vari scenes, yeah.
So we saw those issues, we saw very closely, very personally, we got many calls, parents were affected, the students were affected, and many had their own conditions, because many of them, Minuji, were already addicted back home in India. Many were into criminal side back home in India. They came into this country as a non-genuine students, not as a real students, because that was their purpose, just to get a visa, come here, don't go to the colleges. And some of them went to the colleges and they failed the courses. Then they started protesting, because the education is there. Either it's a fake colleges, because fake colleges are there, fake students are there. So they were misusing our system here in Canada, and our governments were very weak in handling that situation. And in all of that scenario, the sufferers were the families, the students, but they were self-responsible also into this. So what are your future plans, Minuji, are you making more movies on the real issues subjects, or?
Yes, so my passion has always been showcasing South Asian stories abroad, right? Because that's what I'm exposed to. And so ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ movie ਬਣਾਈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ this topic was close to my heart. And so now we're doing a short film, so director ਇੱਥੋਂ Canada ਤੋਂ ਲਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ. And even now, since this movie, there's been like a whole level of new opportunities that have opened up. And so this film is on, it's cute rom-com film. It's about getting the parents to understand that it's okay for girls to be friends with boys, and that level of trust should be okay. So it's that next generation. The bachyan the movie ch banai hai, so it'll be a cute story.
What's
December,
Playdate.
And English ch movie hai. And So it'll be shooting this Saturday.
Okay.
And we've also been working very hard shooting our other projects as well. And so then there's another feature film called Shazia. Shabana Azmi ji is in it as well. And so Raheem, the director, so working with him on that one. And then Anna's Christmas. So that should be a fun one where ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਖਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ community ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ Christmas ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, and it encompasses all the other ethnicities as well, right? So ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਗੋਰੇ ਵੀ, Oriental, everyone ਦਿਖਾਵਾਂਗੇ so that we can show the world that we can truly come under one umbrella and be happy and bring that humanity and compassion. And so next year we ਹੋਰ ਫਿਲਮਾਂ ਨੇ. So
these are 3 main pipeline projects which are forthcoming.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ.
So Christmas is coming very soon. So Anna's Christmas ਕਦੋਂ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ?
Anna's Christmas ਦੀ shooting as Christmas ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. So after December 19th and some dates in January.
Okay.
And so almost 3 ਮੂਵੀਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੂਟਿੰਗਾਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ. So ਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਆਪੀ ਆਈ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ.
Okay. ਹਾਂਜੀ. So Minu ji, it's our best wishes are with you.
Thank you.
Keep doing the good work, keep working on the real issues, so that because many times the movies make an impact on the societies, bad way or good way. If these are the real subjects which happen in the life, and then that is highlighted, so somewhere some life can be saved, and it's a really great social cause also.
Yes, thank you.
So ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਕੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੋਗੇ?
ਮੈਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਇਹੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੀ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ, ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਐਂਡ ਵਿਊਅਰਸ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਵਾਚਿੰਗ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਫॉर being so supportive, and ਤੁਹਾਡੀ support is very important because ਅਸੀਂ something new ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ and ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. So what Moon Productions done is really taken the Bollywood and Pollywood industry as well as Hollywood industry, and all of them are here, right here in Canada, and we're getting everybody together and to create 100 films. And I keep saying this over and over because ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰੈਸਟ ਦੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੈ ਇਹੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਡੇ ਐਂਡ ਨਾਈਟ, ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਧੀਆ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਈਏ ਵੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ 'ਚ ਅਬਰੋਡ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ, ਜਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਲਚਰ 'ਚ, ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਡੇ ਟੂ ਡੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਸੋ ਰੀਅਲ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਟੋਰੀਜ਼ and spreading goodness, compassion, and just making the world a better place, right? Through films, you're right. And ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜੀ ਗੱਲ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇੰਨੀ ਨਾਈਵ ਸੀਗੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੂਵੀ ਬਣਾਉਣੀ ਸੀ ਐਮ ਨੋ ਕੁਈਨ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਮੂਵੀ ਬਣਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ 에ਅਰਲਾਈਨਾਂ ਤੱਕ ਚਲੀ ਜਾਏਗੀ. ਸੋ ਮੇਬੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚੇ 에ਅਰਲਾਈਨ 'ਚੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਦੇਖ ਲੈਣਗੇ, ਸੋ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਅ ਲਿਟਲ ਅਲਰਟ. ਪਰ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੂਵੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੱਕ ਚਲੀ ਗਈ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ, ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ, ਨਾਓ ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਇਟਸ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਬਿਕਮ ਅ huge topic, and I really hope this movie, ਇਹਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਿਸਮਤ ਹੈ, it goes to places where it builds a legacy and it leaves a mark for the generations to come to say that, you know, it's better to bloom where you've been planted, or just be a good human being before wanting to take somebody's like hard-earned money or violating the system. Like none of it is gonna matter at the end, right?
Minu ji, thank you very much. You came and we discussed your movie and your future plans, and our good wishes are with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
ਮਾਂ ਪਿਓ ਬਣਨ ਨੂੰ ਤਰਸਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ, ਹੁਣ ਕਿਲਕਾਰੀਆਂ ਗੂੰਜਣਗੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਹੜੇ।
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ IVF ਹੁਣ ਹੈ ਸੇਫ, ਅਫੋਰਡੇਬਲ ਐਂਡ ਰਿਲਾਇਬਲ।
ਜੀ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਸ ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। 20 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਤਜਰਬੇ ਅਤੇ 10,000 ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਜੋੜਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਜਲੰਧਰ ਦੇ ਬੈਸਟ IVF ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਿਸਟ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ।
ਬਸ ਟਿਕਟ ਟੂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਕਰਾਓ, ਮਾਪੇ ਬਣਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਲੈ ਆਓ। ਹੁਣੇ ਕੰਸਲਟ ਕਰੋ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਦਿੱਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ।